Mr. Aryan Sadat, welcome to Nilambor TV, a community channel. It has a very strong commitment for multiculturalism. So I know you are running for Ward 5 for the upcoming city corporation elections. So I have compiled a couple of questions for you from the community people. So I will ask you one by one. And first of all, how are you?
Well, I'm great. Thanks for asking, and I'm hoping the same for you.
Okay. And what is your agenda for the upcoming elections?
Well, before answering your question, I do want to mention that I want to thank Nilambor TV for giving me this opportunity, and of course yourself to come and interview me so I can convey my message to the community. A brief introduction. My name is Aryan Sadat, and by profession, I'm a lawyer. I practice law here in Calgary. I ran in 2017 as well, and I do want to mention this as well, that a lot of the Bengali community helped me and stood by me. So I do want to say thank you so much. And of course, they're with me right now. So thank you so much to standing, of course, yourself as well. I'm running my campaign based on 85% of my platform of my campaign is from 2017. Having said that, that means that Calgary for Ward 5 deserve more, and there's still improvement needs to be done. And most of my platform is still untouched, which I was hoping that in the past 4 years.
Okay.
However, moving on, I'm running to just give a brief rundown. I'm running my campaign based on accountability, affordability, and safer communities. Speaking of safer community, we have major issues with respect to traffic, speeding, reckless driving. So within 60 days, I'll be making sure to do a traffic studies to see what we can do to tackle down these issues. Whether we need more lights, stop sign, crosswalk, deal with uncontrolled intersection. So all those will come after that study to keep us safe, our seniors, kids, and especially Upper Northeast planning, because Upper Northeast needs proper planning so we can have these signs. And with respect to crime, it is unfortunate that crime is on the rise, and we need to do something about it. I do want to mention to the community that and community at large, as you mentioned, that I am against defunding Calgary Police, but at the same time, I believe Calgary Police do need some improvement in certain section, and then those allocation of funds should go to proper departments. And at the same time, I want to make sure that we have more police presence in Calgary Northeast, especially Ward 5 Upper Northeast. When I'm door knocking, I'm getting a lot of complaint that they don't see police presence there. And there's a lot of break and enter because those are new communities. And study shows that when culprits or criminals, they see police officers, they think twice before they commit a crime. So that's a good step to start up. And at the same time, I want Calgary Police to engage with community leaders like yourself and other communities to see what's the issue we're facing. It is unfortunate that right now in Calgary Ward 5, every street we have issue with alcohol abuse, domestic abuse, and a lot of other gang-related issues. What can we do to keep us safe? So my solution to that is to also provide resources to Calgary Police resource officers in high school to see what we can do to tackle down those issues, to keep the kids busy towards positive activity, provide incentives programs so the kids can engage with sports activity. Let's make sure that there's a competition of who's the best athlete in high school. When I was in high school, I got kicked out. I couldn't even finish my high school. I got in trouble when I was a student with police. Mm-hmm. But that does not mean the life ends there. People, I want to use my personal life story with these young youth and work towards youth empowerment to give him the mentorship and make him, today I'm standing as a lawyer and serving the community at large, and I want to serve Ward 5 residents as a councillor. Now, accountability. If you allow me, I can...
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
So with accountability is, I want to make sure that any major decision that we make as council, I want to make sure I consult with the residents. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just go and make a decision just because I am the candidate. I mean, or just because I'm the councillor or got elected. I think when my clients come to my law firm, I call them the bosses. And when I get elected, when I'm at the door, I call the residents the bosses because I have to be accountable. And moving on, property taxes. We pay property taxes are almost double in the past decade.
Yeah.
And the services we're getting is unfortunately declining. A lot of residents are complaining about snow removal. They have issues about, as I said, police, crime, pothole, back alleys, garbages. So we need to see what we can do to make sure that we address those concerns. And one of my top priority will be is to work on being fiscally responsible and making sure that we cut the wasteful spending so we can work on the needs and necessity of Ward 5 residents.
Great, great. Actually, you covered many questions I have here, so that's a great thing. Yeah. So,
well, you asked me
no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, second question, like if you were elected, how would you connect your Ward 5 people to hear from them? This is very important, actually. I told you many times about this one. So what is your plan about
Well,
that?
when elected, for me, my priority will be the best interest of Ward 5 residents. So having said that, that does not mean that just elected and I come back door knock when it's election time. I want to make sure that I engage with the residents. I want to make sure that we have town hall meetings. I want to make sure that we have virtual meetings, especially during the COVID, and be connected with the community, and especially with community leaders from different associations to see what are the issues. And I'm also looking forward to work with the residents of Ward 5 to combine work as a community. For example, cleanness of the community. Let's see what we can do. If someone is doing something, dropping illegal dumping at a back alley, let's report that. Call 311 or call the police because illegal. We need bylaws. We want to make sure that we have more enforceability of some bylaws because I want to work on beautification. Now, in terms of what I will be doing, one of my priority is to make sure I'm accountable and accessible. On my pamphlets, I've put my name with number on those pamphlets that this is my direct line. And I will show you that that will be my number. And also at the same time, I want to make sure that we have two-tier system, one for emergency services for the residents and one for just general when they have issues with the city and the city is not moving, bureaucracy is not moving forward. So those are the plans. And of course, I'll be consulting with community leaders like yourself to see what are the issues, what can we do? I can't do this by myself. We need to improve and we need to work on it as much as we can. So as a team, make Calgary Ward 5 a better place. So when we say we live in Northeast, no one say you live in the hood. We say, yes, let's go to Northeast.
Yeah, okay, great, great. I hope that you will keep your word after elections, if you were elected, of course, yeah. And next question, like how would you address, like, I know every community has a lot of deficiencies, especially in this ward, like the ward you are running for. So deficiency of schools, parks, recreation center, etc., a lot of things. Like, what is your plan to address those stuffs?
Well, there are different sections that I want to make sure we're not confused. Anything that's within my jurisdiction, like city green space, I'll make sure that we keep more green space.
Yeah.
Now, school and parks, sometimes they falls under the provincial jurisdiction.
Okay.
Now, that does not mean that I'm going to stay quiet. For school, I understand that Upper Northeast got major concern for school. And we need to have a strong advocacy, someone who can advocate for school and make sure that even though it's not my jurisdiction, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure I make proper noises, enough noise to actually get that attention. It is a major concern in Upper Northeast, meaning for Skyview, Redstone, Cornerstone. I'll be making sure that I worked with those communities and with the provincial government to see what I was told that there's a school coming. And I'm also, one of my priority will be is to make sure we get proper infrastructures. I understand that we need proper amenities and we want to make sure we get it proper. Like a good example is look at our C train station in Northeast, compare it to Southwest.
Right.
It's a huge difference, and I want to stop that. Let's stop on that discrimination of different zoning.
Yeah. Oh, great. That's a great thing. Like you are a lawyer. I know that. So you are a very smart guy. so next question is regarding the public transport. You know that a lot of crime. You already mentioned about crime things, but still, public transport is a thing. Like there are some issues there. Like especially in the night time. Whenever lane time, only one single boys or girls there, it's something happen. Like, so is there any way like you can make something like raise some voice that they can make the reduction of time, like even though like somebody is waiting time at the bus stop, to reduce the waiting time.
Well, I don't. Hopefully, your listeners can go to my website alexsadat.com, so they can actually take a review of the same question you asked me. One of my priority is transit accessibility, proper planning. I'm hearing a lot from the residents that we have issues, especially winter time for the bus stop, as you just mentioned. So I want to make sure that I work on that, and at the same time, I want to make sure that we have. We cut the wasteful spending to work on the needs and necessity. And in my view, this is the needs and necessity of Ward 5.
Okay.
One of my platform, of course, is to work on the more transit accessibility and work on the blue line to connect to Upper Northeast and also to the airport. Now, having said that, in realistic talk, I don't think it's going to happen for next 5 to 10 years. I hope it happens soon. I'll be advocating for it. But at the same time, we need a solution for the temporary base till we actually build those.
Yeah.
We need to put more budget towards BRT, as you mentioned. Quick bus routes so they can connect the Upper Northeast to Saddletown. A lot of our residents from Upper Northeast, Skyview, Redstone, Cityscape, Cornerstone, Savannah, wants to have accessibility to transit. And unfortunately, that's lacking. So we want to make sure that we connect that. We're paying property taxes. These are not something that I'm offering to get elected. This is our rights.
Right.
And I want to make sure that we fight for it. And being a lawyer, I think that's the best choice.
Great. So next, I'm coming to talk about something about business people. Like I know city has a very limited capacity for the business community, but still city has some like I know the business registration process is longer than expected always. Like it's my experience, I can say that's I faced already. So you can address that one. And also like during this Corona COVID situation, if you can address this issue as well, like business taxes.
Well, as you mentioned, you put it very well that there is issues with respect to small businesses, and I believe these are the keys to our economy. We need to make sure we support our small businesses. And one of my top priority, I can say, or one of my priority will be is to support home-based support in small businesses. Now, we're still within the COVID era, and all the businesses, they lost their premises, and now they want to do something from home. It is so unfortunate that by the time they get through that bureaucracy and the red tapes, registration and licensing, now their house is on foreclosure as well because they can't make. So one of my priority will be is to make sure that make life easy for these people so we can help them, not make life hard for them. They're all suffering. So whatever I can, I'll make sure I cut the red tapes, provide incentives, and with respect to taxes, some sort of tax break for these small businesses, and cut the timing of the registration, as you mentioned, issue. Whatever we can within my jurisdiction, I'll make sure I address that as well.
Okay. Thank you. And that's the thing. Like I have another question, like regarding property tax. You already answered, so I don't want to repeat these questions. And I I think many people have this issue. Like we have three beans: green beans, black beans, and the blue beans. Like we are paying, I know, a certain amount of money each month. So if you can even expand the time limit, then we can reduce the cost. So if you are elected, you can address how.
Well, when elected, I understand, and I'm hearing this issue at the doors as well, and a lot
Yeah.
of them, which makes sense to me as well. Like, for example, the one that's for the grass, I think it's the green bin. We don't use that winter time, but I think we're still paying
Yeah,
for it.
that's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think we need to be fiscally responsible so we can have some surplus. And once we have those surplus, this way we can help the residents issue. And of course, if that's something that the residents, which I'm hearing at the door, I can definitely talk to my colleagues and then put that on the table. Of course, I'm only one vote at council.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'll assure you that I'll be a strong voice.
Okay.
Because I have the communication skills and I can get the job done.
That's great. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the voice is voice. Like if you raise the voice, even you are single, but still it's a voice, right? Like people will listen that Aryan is talking. That's the thing. Okay, and now my last question. It's not your like a jurisdiction to answer, but if you want, you can say something. That's the thing. Like there is a rumor that city council and the new home builders have a deal, and so the lot size of the new houses are getting smaller in the new community. So do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I had that concern at the doors as well. I want to make this clear. I have nothing against the builders or developers, but at the same time, that concern has been raised at the Northeast doors, and there are a lot of, compared to other side of Calgary, a lot of zero lots.
Right. Yeah.
My plan is to make sure we have more green space and make. I can assure you, I'm not a builder. None of my family members are builders. I never worked for a builder, but I'll assure you one thing that to me, the residents, their voice will be my top priority. As you said, only one voice, it starts somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that so many people put their name forward, and these are hopefully they can be fiscally responsible, and these people put their name forward to actually act for the best interest of Calgarians. That's what I did it. I'm not here because I need a job. I do have a job. I practice law and very busy. But at the same time, I think Calgary Ward 5 deserve a better representation. A strong voice who can just stand up and get the job done. So in answering your questions, I'm not aware of. There have been developers, big one, small one, has contacted me. But to be honest with you, my priority right now is to hit the door, talk to the residents, and I haven't even met any, except one that I have 15 minutes with them that I give. They wanted to talk to me about one area, and which I did, and I raised my concern that needs to be grocery stores, for example, in Upper Northeast. We need the national grocery stores because of course, I put my argument there, and I'm glad that we agreed that when elected, we're going to act for the best interest of the residents.
Okay, Mr. Aryan, I'm done basically, but I'm giving you my floor to you now to say a few words at the end.
Sure. Few words, just a few seconds, or
no,
I can just...
no, it's not few seconds. You can say a few minutes. That's fine. Also,
first of all, as I said, thank you for giving Mr. Abdullah Bhai giving me this opportunity to convey my message, and also Nilambor TV Kadir Bhai for giving me this opportunity.
And also, Mr. Jubair also took you here.
And Zubair Bhai, without Zubair Bhai, this was not possible. Without Zubair Bhai was. Zubair Siddiqui was one of the community leaders that I first consulted, and of course it was yourself as well, the other brothers from all other communities that I said, I'm coming back. And the encouragement that I received from you guys, it was amazing. And I feel home. you know. Now, with respect to what I have to say, this is a good opportunity for Ward 5 residents. Let's make an informed decision. Let's vote for your voice. I'll assure you that I'll get the job done. I'll assure you that the issues that we're facing right now with respect to traffic, speeding, reckless driving, that will be dealt with within 60 days. I'll assure you that transit accessibility for BRT upper community will be connected. I will assure you that I want to make sure I have more police presence in Calgary Ward 5. And also, I will assure you that I'll be accountable and accessible. This is a good opportunity for Ward 5 residents to put someone who act for the best interest of for Ward 5. I put my name forward when the councillor was there. I did not wait for the councillor to walk away. I wanted a rematch because it's my belief and it's my principle that I want to get those jobs done. Of course, winning or losing, there's always a winner or one person lose and one win. But at the same time, as you said, let's raise our voice, and hopefully when I get elected, I'll be a strong voice. Advanced voting has started. It started from October 4th all the way down to October 10th.
Right.
Monday to Friday, it's, this Thursday and Friday, it's from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 to 5, and also Sunday 10 to 3. For those who live this side of Savannah towards McKnight, like Falconridge, Castle Ridge, Martindale, and Saddle Ridge and Savannah, they can vote, cast their vote at the Genesis Center. It's very quick. Takes 2 minutes. All you need is your driver license with the address, and you have to be a Canadian citizen to vote. And on the other side, Upper Northeast, which is Skyview, Redstone, Cornerstone, and Cityscape, they can vote at All Day Inn, which is at 20 Freeport Place. Please consider voting for me. Visit my website, aryansadat.com, and let's win.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Thank you.